Hannah Kim walked into the small beauty salon on a quiet Tuesday afternoon. The place smelled of chemicals and hair products, with soft music playing in the background. She was tired from work, hoping a simple hair treatment would help her relax. The salon looked ordinary, with white walls and shiny mirrors. An older woman named Jae-yun stood behind the counter, her smile welcoming but somehow strange. Hannah noticed something different about the salon today. The equipment seemed slightly unusual, with strange metal containers and odd-looking tools. "New treatment," Jae-yun explained, pointing to a small blue bottle. "Very special. Makes hair strong and healthy." Her hands moved quickly, mixing chemicals with practiced precision. Hannah felt a slight unease but dismissed it. Many salons were trying new treatments these days. As the chemical solution touched her scalp, Hannah felt an unusual tingling. It wasn't painful, but strange, like tiny electric currents running through her skin. Jae-yun worked silently, her movements calculated and precise. Something about her seemed different, almost mechanical. The treatment took longer than expected. Hannah watched in the mirror as her hair began to change subtly. The color seemed different, with tiny metallic reflections catching the light. She thought it was just a trick of the salon's lighting. When the treatment finished, Jae-yun handed her a mirror. Hannah's hair looked perfect, smooth, shiny, with an unusual depth she had never seen before. But something felt off. Her scalp tingled with a strange energy, and she could almost feel something moving beneath her skin. Walking home, Hannah began to notice odd changes. Her phone seemed to respond before she touched it. Street lights flickered slightly as she passed. Her vision felt sharper, colors more intense. She dismissed these observations as stress or imagination. That night, strange dreams invaded her sleep. Images of complex machines, alien landscapes, and streams of data flowed through her mind. She saw faces of people she had never met, heard conversations in languages she didn't understand. Something was happening to her. The next morning, Hannah discovered her first real change. A small cut on her hand from cooking disappeared within seconds. No blood, no scar, just perfect skin. She touched the spot repeatedly, unable to believe what she was seeing. At work, things became even more unusual. Her computer seemed to respond to her thoughts before she clicked anything. Complex reports that usually took hours became clear in minutes. Her colleagues looked at her differently, noticing something had changed. Her body felt different too. She could hear conversations from across the office, detect subtle changes in people's emotions. Her strength seemed enhanced. She effortlessly moved furniture that would have challenged her before. Something fundamental had transformed. Hannah traced her steps back to the salon, but it was gone. No trace remained, just an empty storefront with a "for rent" sign. Jae-yun had vanished, leaving no record. When she checked the business registration, nothing existed. Questions flooded her mind. Who was Jae-yun? What was in that chemical solution? Why did the salon disappear? Each answer seemed to lead to more questions, creating a complex puzzle she was desperate to solve. Her phone began receiving strange messages. Coordinates, scientific formulas, fragments of information that made no sense. They seemed to come from nowhere, appearing and disappearing before she could fully understand them. Hannah realized she was no longer just an ordinary marketing specialist. Something extraordinary had happened in that small, unassuming salon. Her body, her mind, her entire existence had been fundamentally altered. And this was just the beginning of her transformation. The world around her looked the same, but everything had changed. She was different now, enhanced, connected, part of something much larger than herself. And somewhere out there, answers were waiting to be discovered. As night fell, Hannah stood by her window, watching the city lights. Her reflection showed eyes that were brighter, more alive than ever before. Something was coming. Something big, and she was ready. Hannah discovered her first major capability during a routine team meeting at her marketing company. While her colleague Park was presenting a complex market analysis, she suddenly understood every intricate detail without effort. Numbers, graphs, and statistical patterns became crystal clear, as if her brain was processing information at lightning speed. Her hand touched her smartphone, and something extraordinary happened. The device responded before she pressed any button, displaying information she hadn't searched for, but somehow needed. Emails organized themselves, documents translated instantly, and complex spreadsheets simplify themselves. Physical changes became more noticeable. During lunch, she accidentally cut her finger while slicing an apple. Instead of bleeding, the wound closed within seconds, leaving no trace. Her colleague Min stared in shock, unable to comprehend what he had just witnessed. At the gym, Hannah realized her strength had multiplied. Weights that normally challenged professional athletes felt light as feathers. Her muscles responded with precision, each movement calculated and perfect. She could run faster, jump higher, and recover more quickly than ever before. Her sensory perception transformed dramatically. She could hear conversations happening 3 rooms away, detect subtle changes in people's emotional states, and see details that were previously invisible. Colors appeared more vibrant, sounds more nuanced, and her environment felt alive with information. Strange messages continued appearing on her devices. Fragments of scientific formulas, geographic coordinates, and complex mathematical equations flickered across screens. They seemed connected, part of a larger puzzle she was slowly beginning to understand. During a late-night research session, Hannah discovered something shocking. The chemical solution used in the Salon contained nanobots, microscopic technological organisms designed to enhance human capabilities. These nanobots were systematically rewriting her biological code, upgrading her physical and mental systems. Her brain processed information differently now. Complex problems that would take weeks to solve became manageable in minutes. She could simulate multiple scenarios simultaneously, understanding potential outcomes with remarkable clarity. Her cognitive abilities had expanded beyond normal human limitations. Technology responded to her differently. Electronic devices seemed to anticipate her needs. Computers booted up before she touched them. Traffic lights changed as she approached, and digital systems became intuitive. It was as if she was communicating with machines through an invisible network. Sleep became optional. She could function perfectly with minimal rest, her enhanced body regenerating quickly. Her energy levels remained consistently high, and mental fatigue became a distant memory. The nanobots continuously repaired and optimized her biological systems. Hannah realized she wasn't alone. Through subtle connections, she discovered other individuals who had undergone similar transformations. Small signals, unexplained communications, and strange coincidences suggested a network of enhanced humans emerging quietly. Her body temperature regulation changed. She could withstand extreme conditions. Intense heat or cold no longer affected her. Her immune system had become virtually impenetrable, fighting off potential diseases before they could take hold. Muscle memory transformed. She could learn complex physical skills incredibly fast. A martial arts tutorial watched once became a skill she could immediately perform. Musical instruments, dance techniques, and athletic movements became instantly accessible. The most startling discovery was her enhanced empathy. She could sense emotional undercurrents in rooms, understand people's hidden motivations, and read micro-expressions with extraordinary accuracy. Human interactions became like open books to her. As weeks passed, Hannah understood she was part of something much larger. The Salon, the nanobots, the strange messages, they were pieces of an intricate puzzle. Someone or something was systematically upgrading select humans, preparing them for a purpose she had yet to understand. Her ordinary life as a marketing specialist had disappeared. She was becoming something else, a bridge between normal human existence and an extraordinary potential waiting to be unleashed. The transformation was just beginning, and the world would never be the same. Night fell, and Hannah looked out her window. The city lights flickered, seeming to communicate a message only she could understand. Something big was coming, and she was ready. Hannah discovered the first connection during a random coffee shop encounter. Jai, a young programmer, accidentally brushed her hand and instantly knew something was different. Their eyes met with a spark of recognition. He had been transformed too. Jay revealed critical information. The Salon was part of a larger experiment conducted by an alien research group studying human potential. They were selecting specific individuals, upgrading their biological systems through sophisticated nanotechnology. The goal was to understand human adaptability and potential. More enhanced individuals emerged. A taxi driver named Yoon, a schoolteacher called Minji, and a construction worker named Sung discovered their unique abilities. Each person transformed differently, with specialized capabilities that seemed strategically designed. Hannah began tracking the alien research team's movements. Strange digital signals, encrypted communications, and hidden network patterns revealed a complex monitoring system. The aliens believed humans were simple test subjects, unaware of their true potential for resistance. Their communication network grew underground. Enhanced individuals shared information through subtle technological connections, creating a web of knowledge that the aliens couldn't easily track. Each person brought unique skills: technological expertise, physical capabilities, strategic thinking. Investigations revealed shocking details. The alien researchers had been conducting genetic experiments on humans for decades, carefully selecting individuals with specific genetic markers. The beauty salon was just one of many global entry points for their research. Yoon discovered he could interface with transportation systems. Minji could process and analyze complex information faster than any computer. Sung possessed incredible physical regeneration and strength. Each enhanced human represented a different experimental pathway. The team tracked the research facility's hidden locations, abandoned industrial zones, seemingly ordinary office buildings, and remote countryside locations became their investigation targets. They moved carefully, understanding the aliens' advanced surveillance capabilities. Hannah's technological interface allowed her to hack into restricted communication channels. Fragments of alien communications revealed their true intentions. Humans were being prepared for something larger, a potential galactic conflict or grand experiment. Strange coordinates and fragmented messages suggested multiple enhanced human groups worldwide. The resistance was growing, connected through invisible technological networks that defied traditional communication methods. The aliens had underestimated human adaptability. What they considered controlled experiments were creating a powerful, interconnected human network capable of resistance and innovation. Each enhanced individual became a potential threat to their carefully designed plans. Jay's technological skills uncovered critical information about the nanobots inside their bodies. They were not just enhancement tools but complex adaptive systems continuously learning and evolving. The technology was transforming them in ways the aliens never anticipated. Mysterious funding sources, government connections, and global research networks began emerging. The experiment was larger and more complex than anyone initially understood. Humans were being quietly upgraded, prepared for a purpose beyond simple scientific research. The team established secure communication protocols, encrypted messages, technological interfaces, and subtle connection methods allowed them to share information without detection. They became a silent, growing resistance movement. Hannah understood their primary challenge. They needed to understand the full scope of the experiment before taking action. Moving too quickly might alert the alien researchers and potentially trigger a more aggressive response. Their first major breakthrough came unexpectedly. A detailed map of global enhancement locations, hidden research facilities, and potential alien monitoring stations fell into their hands. The resistance was no longer just defensive. They could now plan strategic actions. As night fell, Hannah looked at her team. Ordinary people transformed into extraordinary beings, connected by a shared experience and a growing understanding of their unique potential. The resistance had begun, and the aliens would soon realize humans were far from simple test subjects. The world around them seemed normal, but everything had changed. A silent revolution was brewing. powered by enhanced humans who were about to rewrite the rules of their own existence. The technological uprising began quietly, almost unnoticed by the world. Hannah and her team of enhanced humans started systematically infiltrating critical global systems. Their first target was communication networks controlled by the alien researchers. Jay's extraordinary hacking skills allowed them to breach seemingly impenetrable digital defenses. Government communication channels, satellite networks, and advanced research databases became accessible. Each successful infiltration revealed more about the alien experiment's true scale. Strange technological anomalies started appearing worldwide. Traffic systems would momentarily glitch, complex computer networks would show unexpected patterns, and communication satellites would transmit fragmented messages. The enhanced humans were sending a message. They were aware and ready. Military and research facilities began experiencing unexplained disruptions. Advanced security systems would temporarily fail, classified information would leak, and complex databases would reorganize themselves. The aliens' control was slowly being undermined by human creativity. Hume discovered he could interface with transportation systems globally. Traffic lights, airport control systems, and global shipping networks responded to his technological touch. What seemed like random glitches were carefully orchestrated communications of resistance. Minji's ability to process information at superhuman speeds allowed the team to predict and counter alien monitoring attempts. She could analyze multiple scenarios simultaneously, creating complex defensive and offensive strategies faster than any technological system could track. The enhanced humans realized their true strength was not individual capability, but collective intelligence. Their networked minds could solve complex problems, predict potential threats, and develop strategies that defied traditional human limitations. Alien research facilities began experiencing strange malfunctions. Equipment would fail mysteriously, communication channels would become scrambled, and critical research data would disappear. The humans were fighting back using the very technology designed to control them. Sung's physical capabilities proved crucial in direct confrontations. When traditional technological methods failed, his enhanced strength and regenerative abilities provided a physical backup. He could infiltrate secure locations that digital methods couldn't access. Global financial systems started showing unexplained fluctuations. Stock markets would experience sudden shifts. Banking systems would temporarily destabilize, and economic networks would show signs of subtle manipulation. The resistance was hitting the aliens where it hurt most, their economic control. Hannah discovered the nanobots inside their bodies were evolving faster than the aliens had anticipated. What was meant to be a controlled experiment was now a living, adaptive technological network that was learning and growing with each interaction. Research stations around the world reported increasing technological anomalies. Equipment would malfunction, research data would become corrupted, and communication channels would show signs of unexpected interference. The humans were turning the aliens' technology against them. The team's strategy was simple yet brilliant: create constant, unpredictable disruptions that would make the aliens question their control. Each small victory was a step towards complete technological independence. Government and military intelligence agencies began noticing the strange global patterns. Classified reports spoke of unprecedented technological disruptions that defied standard explanation. The enhanced humans were becoming a global phenomenon. Their technological uprising was not about destruction, but about reclaiming control. Each system they accessed, each network they infiltrated, was a statement of human potential and adaptability. As weeks passed, the aliens realized their experiment was spiraling beyond their control. The enhanced humans were no longer test subjects. They had become a sophisticated, interconnected resistance movement capable of challenging the most advanced technological systems. Hannah looked at her team, understanding they were writing a new chapter of human history. What began in a small beauty salon was now a global technological revolution. The aliens had underestimated human potential, and now they would face the consequences. Illogical weapons encountered unexpected resistance from Earth's newly developed defensive systems. Satellites redirected, Communication channels scrambled, and technological attacks were turned back on their sources. Hannah realized their strength was not in individual power, but in collective intelligence. The nanobots had created a living, breathing human network that could think, adapt, and respond as a single organism. They were no longer separate individuals, but a unified planetary defense system. The battle lasted hours, but felt like moments. Alien technological waves crashed against human defensive networks, only to be absorbed and redirected. What was meant to be a termination experiment became a demonstration of human potential. Military and scientific organizations watched in confusion as unexplained technological miracles occurred. Critical systems remained protected, communication remained uninterrupted, and global infrastructure showed remarkable resilience. As the alien ships began retreating, the enhanced humans sent a clear message. They were not experimental subjects. They were the future of planetary defense, a living technological network that could protect Earth from any external threat. The nanobots inside their bodies had done more than enhance individuals. They had created a global adaptive defense mechanism that could respond to threats in ways no traditional military system could achieve. Hannah looked at her team, understanding they had changed human history forever. The alien experiment had created something extraordinary, a networked human potential that could defend an entire planet. The world continued spinning, seemingly unchanged. But everything had fundamentally transformed. Humans were no longer just biological entities, but living, adaptive technological organisms capable of protecting their own existence. Night fell, and the enhanced human network pulsed with quiet energy. The planetary defense was complete. Humanity had passed its ultimate test. The aliens would not return. They had created their own defeat by underestimating human potential.